Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Children of Éarte. We are so excited to have you. Thank you for spending your Tuesday evening with us. We hope you had a wonderful holiday. And Adam, take us away with the sponsors.
Thanks, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. They are gifting everyone with an Electrum chest code on the overlay or bouncing around in chat. Thank you for your continued support. We have Die Hard Dice, who has supplied our cast with Hope LaVelle's Luxurious Lovebirds of Luck.
Luxurious lovebirds of
I
all.
love it. It's cute.
Yes,
It's cute.
so thank you,
no.
Die Hard, and you can get 10% off your order with the code Éarte, or you can possibly win a $20 promotional gift code with the instructions in chat, so pay attention there. And thanks, Die Hard Dice. Finally, tonight you'll hear the dulcet tones of Sirenscape because epic games need epic sound. And I am Adam Bradford, the CDO at Demiplane. We've got a lot going on. We're trying to kind of put a strong punctuation mark on 2023 before the holiday break that we have here. But it's been a blast these last few months with everything that we're getting out into the world. Thank you so much for the engagement, the response. It's always so wonderful to see. And tonight I am playing Silas Sorrell, your dimensionally displaced magical superfan. I have to think about it every time.
Hey everybody, I'm Alicia Marie. You can find me on socials at Alicia Marie Body. I am not the CEO of Demiplane, and I won't be at PAX. I won't be at PAX this weekend because your girl needs a break. It's been quite the year. I'll be there next year. I have to space myself so that I have enough rest so I can roll into PAX with, in one piece. Anyway, hope everybody's Thanksgiving was amazing. I will be playing Fairuza Armstrong, attorney at law, who for the first time was taken out. I mean, taken down, taken out, 0 hit points, flatline, and now standing. But it was very traumatic.
I mean, it was like a really short amount of time, though, like super short. So.
Sorry, not sorry.
Welcome to the club, Fairuza.
I am back. There you go.
Hello, I am Jen Kretchmer. You can find me on the socials as Dreamwisp, and you can find me streaming as Dreamwisp Jen. Had to think about it there. Hello, brains. Tonight, no, what am I doing? What are we? Hi, hello.
Welcome to the show.
Hi, welcome to Children of Éarte. I will also not be at PAX, but I will be around here doing other fun things. I have been stressed about our last game since our last game. I had my mother going, "What happened in this game? You keep talking about how stressful it was." I was like, "You have no idea." So yes, and tonight I will be playing your friendly neighborhood troublemaker, Maeve Morgan Flynn, who just wanted to punch some things.
Hi, I'm Lauren Urban. I'm the content manager at Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms and an oboist, which sometimes you can find me playing after PAX, which I am going to. If you see me wandering around at PAX Unplugged, I will be in a mask, but I will still be saying hi to folks. So come and say hi. I'm on 2 different panels. Go check out my socials for all that information, because if I try to remember it here, I will forget most of it. But what I haven't forgotten about is what happened last time we played, because last time my character, Neb, she almost died, and then she decided that no one else was going to die today.
All right. Hello, everyone. I am Hope LaVelle. Follow me on the socials as the Hope LaVelle. I will not be going to PAX, sadly, but that's because I will be working LA Comic-Con. So come see me there. That's also something happening this weekend.
Both coasts covered. I like
exactly.
Yes.
So, come hang out. Come find me. And tonight I am playing Miss Robin Beckett, your favorite granny for hire, who you can rest assured, if you die, she will be holding you in her arms as tightly as possible. She has room for all of you.
Next to the dolls.
Yeah.
Unless she dies first.
Yeah,
It's a paper doll chain. It's
Miss Robin, if you die first, Silas will arrange your arms around everyone else who dies after.
Oh my
Thank
goodness.
you.
I just love the idea that if any of them die, Robin's just going to put them in her purse, in her backpack, and carry them around for eternity. Amazing. I'm Deborah Ann Woll. I'm your storyteller for this evening. I actually have things to promote and
Yay.
announce. First of all, the D&D Adventures channel is up on Freevee and Plex, and you can watch it myself on Faster Purple Worm Kill. Super fun Thursdays and Saturdays. Yeah, we had a great time. Please watch. I made a bunch of silly characters. I got to be a player. Which I don't get to do very often, so that was cool. And I have my first D&D adventure officially published by Wizards, and that is Saving the Children's Menu. It's available on D&D Beyond, and I'm very, very, very proud of it. And I hope if any of you do go out there and run it, that you will find me on the socials and let me know how it went, because I'm so curious how everyone's tables will go. I will not be at PAX, nor will I be at LA Comic-Con. I will be sleeping like Alicia.
Hashtag Team HomeCon.
Hashtag Team HomeCon. Stayvention. I'll do a stayvention. How about that? Oh, that's it. I actually am literally doing a stayvention with Streamily.
Oh.
I'll be doing for God of War and True Blood. We are doing a couple of live streamed autograph signings, so you can buy them on our shop on streamly.com and watch us sign them and talk and chat on the lives on the weekends. It's fantastic. Yeah, look into all that stuff. Wow, I actually had stuff to say. Look at that. But most importantly, I want to give a shout out to our greatest fan of all, who happens to be my mother, Kathy. Who made this for us? It's a little, she crocheted a little Piffum. It's a little gnome.
Life
It's life size.
I sure am glad that he didn't just completely die and not come back.
She brought it
while
back.
she's put all that work into it.
She gave it to me. She was like, I was watching the show, and I was like, oh no, my gift for Deborah won't mean much if this. So thank you.
Timing is everything.
Neb. My
Mom,
I just
Dad.
love it so much. My
With the
mother's so
little
talented and so
I know.
sweet.
It's
I
amazing.
like that he has no eyes. He's just a hat and a beard. It just makes me so happy. So he's gonna live up here and look over me and look over all of us as we dive into the 65th chapter of Children of Éarte. So get cozy and let's settle in. So yes, last time was stressful. You all took quite a beating. Pivam almost did not come back. In fact, the light went out of his eyes. His heart stopped for a good little while there until Neb, using her diamond that she found in the house in the woods, found some power within herself. You all seem to have kind of descended eventually below this terrifying fleshy ooze, and as you are all crouched on the ground surrounding Pivam's body, if you were to glance up above you, almost no light is coming through. It is very dark. You just see this slight glow of pink and undulating fleshy movements about 10 feet above your head. As you were looking down at Pivam and Neb, you completed this powerful incantation. You watched that diamond disintegrate. The dust of it falling to the ground like glitter or small stars as it sort of blows away on the ground. And you listen very carefully, hearing the soft thump, 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 as Pivam's small mouth. He does not wake up, but he is breathing again. And those of you who are listening carefully also heard another heartbeat. Thump, thump, thump. Thump, thump, thump. Thump, thump, thump.
Even though Neb heard that other heartbeat, she is so completely focused on what just happened, and Pivam, her hands are still on his chest, and she's just shaking and staring at him.
Can we tell what direction the other heartbeat is coming from?
Give me a perception check.
Oh, 8. The dice are starting up already.
No idea. You can feel it almost as much as you can hear it. Oh,
What is
sorry,
around us?
Robin.
Sorry. Look, everyone, we've just been through a lot, and everyone's okay. It looks like everyone's going to be okay. But I think we need to keep moving.
What? What if we bump into something else and we're not fit to fight?
Do you hear that noise?
I'm trying to ignore it.
Silas, what do you think?
I think that I should have probably gotten a better recap from all of you when I was asleep that night, because I really don't even know what, like, we're trying to I don't know, save these musical puffs. I don't know what we're doing here, to be honest, especially after all of that. Like, this is a horrible play. I'm so tired of going to horrible places.
I think Hope's just afraid if we stop here that we make ourselves, like, I don't know, targets for something else. I mean, Robin. Okay.
Who is Hope?
You know what I mean. Okay, Robin. Yeah.
There is no hope.
I hit my head on the
No hope. Don't say
No
that.
hope to be
No.
found. What is around us?
At a cursory glance, you can do a perception check if you'd like, but it is dark. In fact, it seems to get darker the further away from your reach.
I just mindlessly light up the ring
Okay,
as bright
around
as it
you.
will go.
That'll help. You see basically just this. It is this smooth, almost stone ground, empty, inky black void, and above this undulating pink, fleshy, gum-colored goo that's letting in just a little bit of light. Maeve, what was your perception check?
It was a 16.
You notice, especially as Silas begins to light up the area, that the pink does seem to stop at the edge of where the shoreline, that it seems to only be kind of covering this lake area, that the ceiling over there is of a different quality.
You guys, I don't really remember what happened. All I remember is that I fell and now I'm here. I guess did we come from there? And Fairuza's pointing to the bubble because she doesn't remember falling in the crevice. I was dragged in, remember?
Yeah, I mean, we went through whatever that stuff is up there.
We all fell into something else. Okay.
Well, it appears to, at least for the moment, to be a safer place.
What if we're inside something? What if we're inside a body? What if we just went through the cavity of this creature and now we're inside of it?
If we came inside of it, I mean, would we come out of it? I don't want to think about that right now either, actually.
I mean, what if we're just getting this heartbeat, this beat that we're hearing? What if we're inside of a beast?
If I felt well, I would want to stab something, but I'm just afraid it might retaliate.
How do we know that thing won't get to us again?
What is that? That? Does it have arms? A face? Anything? Do you guys see anything?
It has tentacles.
Oh, great.
I think hearing Robin talking about being inside of a beast shakes Neb just enough out of her complete focus on Pivum, and she kind of but we are okay. That's not just me. I thought I was very focused on Pivum, And so I thought I was hearing things because I don't know what a gnome's heartbeat is like, but that is a different heartbeat we're hearing, right?
Oh, I was hoping you guys heard something else. Yeah.
Wait, are you saying Pivum has a heartbeat?
Yeah.
I thought he was gone.
I asked for him to come back.
How, Neb? How did you do
The
that?
hell did you do that?
It's a very good question. I just asked really loudly.
Pivum, are you there?
And she'll move just enough so that people, if they can't see his chest rising and falling and him breathing, and he's still asleep, but he's asleep. He's not.
I mean,
He's not dead.
he just need like, and then Silas is going to just say, I mean, does he need like, I don't know, an attaboy or something? And as that happens, like magical energy
Yes.
kind of comes off of his tongue and washes over Pivum, and that's going to restore. Let's see. I have to roll this one since we don't have all this maximized stuff going on. So that's going to be, let's see, 11 hit points.
Oh, pretty good.
Mhm.
As you say attaboy, he sort of turns over and he spits a little bit of pink colored ooze kind of spits out of his mouth as he kind of weakly turns onto his knees, and his eyes flutter open and shut as if he's trying to adjust to the darkness. And he catches eyes with you, Neb, and looks at you deeply till they open wide with fear.
Who are you? What do you want? Get away from me.
As he scurries back away from you, darting from one to the other, trying to figure out who you are.
Pivum?
He's a zombie.
A zombie.
I
Not
don't.
if he has a heartbeat, he's not.
And talking.
I mean, there are different kinds of zombies.
You stay
Pivum?
away. Don't hurt me. No.
I would never hurt you. What's the last thing you remember?
He ooh. Give me a quick persuasion.
Sure.
Oh.
15.
15. He seems to sort of slow down his breathing a little bit as he keeps his eyes locked on you. He sort of
Aurelia.
Fairuza's going to.
What is this place? What have you
Well,
done?
now you're in Tyver, but there was
He
a portal
catches
and
you.
were in the Vale, and
as you
don't
say,
remember
Tyver
any
and the
of it.
Vale, he looks over to you, Maeve, and again kind of scurries back, holding himself, his back hunched almost like a cat's, in fear and aggression, tensed with readiness.
Why would I be in Tyver?
Well, when we met you in the Vale, it was a couple days ago, and you said that you had gone through a doorway, and that took you from Lorilia into the Vale, and that you had been there for years looking for a way back. You had been looking for your ruler, and we met up with you, and you helped us a lot, and we were trying to help you, and then we were helping the person who's the ruler of Tyver, this place. And so we came here because she could bring us here and get us out of the Vale in the hopes that that would eventually get you back to Lorilia.
You know of Lorilia.
Only what you've told us.
Oh no, we have now turned back on our PS5 from rest mode, and Pivum is like loading up from an old save file or something. Like
Oh,
straight
like
up
factory reset.
This is not factory reset. It doesn't sound like, but it like there hasn't been an autosave for like it sounds like years here.
Well, you know what? It's better that he lost some memories than lost his life. Okay.
Hey, no. I'm not being critical when I'm saying this. I'm just saying like I think that, yeah. Oh man, this is going to be complicated.
Pivum.
It's a weird situation.
It's us, Pivum. It's me,
Pivum,
Robin.
you said that Robin reminded you of one of your sisters, and you've got 23 of those siblings.
He kind of clocks that, looks back to Robin. Give me a persuasion with you helping each other. So what are your persuasion bonuses, both Robin and Maeve?
I'm a +7.
+7?
Whoa. +1.
+1. So let's do one of you roll with a +8.
Okay. Oh, that was a nat 20.
Wow.
Honestly, I'll take a photo of it. Like
As he kind of takes that and he looks back over at Robin, you see him kind of cock his head to the side and look at you.
Oh yeah. Uncanny.
And then he kind of looks over towards you, Nev. He says,
If you know so much about your Aurelia, tell me, who's our ruler?
Oh man, we never remember that.
Neb does, but Lauren doesn't. And so give me a second.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go find in my notes because
You can do a history check if you
hang
want.
on, I'm right there. The ruler of Aurelia is Queen Zola.
Zola,
protector of
thank
the
you.
land.
You said it was Queen Zola.
Well, either you're terrible enemies that wish me awful harm, or you're dear friends. So I'm gonna hope that it's the latter.
Yeah.
I don't know. The jury's still out.
I consider
he
you
gives
as
you
dear.
a little side eye. Silas.
I'm kidding.
I'm gonna stay
I'm
away
kidding,
from
Crash. I'm just joking.
You say Crash. Little thing kind of, he shakes it off.
Actually, Robin will clock that and be like, hey, Pivot, you wouldn't happen to want a nice shower right now, would you? And she's like, trying to.
And Silas is going to, at this point, like mentally forge an illusion of water like falling, and then because I can do this in about a 5-foot cube, and so another image of Pivum buck naked, hair all over.
What are you doing, Silas?
And like spinning around and basically making the sounds that Silas remembered Pivum making when he had that first shower. Which might not be PG-13 for
I was going to say, what is happening?
You hear
Da 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 da.
We've known you for a while.
That song exists in every
Well, it's a little bit of you and a little bit of Pivot mixing together in your memory. I'm gonna have to roll for this.
Is he gonna think we were looking through his window?
Yeah, Pivum is totally freaked out.
He was not bashful, by the way. There wasn't any peeping going on.
But you have created.
He was in my room.
You've created a very lifelike image of him taking a shower. So he sort of, this absolutely throws him. He runs a little bit closer to Robin and Neb and Maeve, and kind of,
This is tricksy magic, I can tell.
A bit.
That does look nice, though.
he
You
sort of
really
reaches
enjoyed it.
his hands out as if he's going to try to touch the water that is dripping down, but of course it is only an illusion.
But hey, Crash, if we can get out of this predicament, we can get back to real showers at some point.
Maybe we should explain to him like what happened to us and where we are.
Well, except for the part
Somebody
where
explain that to
don't
me,
have a
maybe.
train
Can
anymore.
kill two birds with one stone.
I mean, I don't know if we can explain, but we can sum up. Is that how it works? Let's put it this way. We met you in the Vale. We were all kind of in dire situations, and we helped each other out until we got here. We helped
I
the
went
ruler.
to the Vale? It's a
Yeah,
real place?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just a story.
I didn't even know it existed until I ended up there.
What?
Well, if you want to know about stories being real, you better sit down for this one. Hi, we're the children of Éarte.
His eyes.
Éarte.
Nice to meet you.
He like kind of as me goes,
Oh my God.
I was going to try to gloss over a couple of things until we were in a situation that we had more time. But yes, Maeve's right. We're children of Éarte.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I mean, Pivim's world is just turned upside down. He's like pulling his hair. He's, hugging on his beard.
Oh my God. Wait. So what else is real? What isn't real? How do I know what reality is?
That's an excellent question.
Silas starts, a short train ride ago, and he starts blasting through these 3 songs, on super fast, like they're on fast forward, and then he's like, "Children of Éarte," and then Miss Robin's like, "Wait, it's
Neb will eventually hold up a hand and be like, when we've got a moment. First off, that's very pretty. But second off, but let's. We are not in a situation right now that I think we can spend the next hour and 30 minutes explaining what happened over the last 15 days. But yes, it looks like you've lost your memory of that time. And I'm sorry about that.
I mean, a lot of it sucked anyway, to be honest.
Well, and the way that you lost it literally sucked. So we were.
Why don't I remember? Why? I don't understand.
That I don't know. We were.
Well, Crash, you kind of died. So let's just make sure that we're clear and transparent about that part of this
His
process.
whole jaw drops. He's just a little, circle of in his beard. And he sort of
but you're okay now.
Flops back on his back, looking up at the pink undulating ceiling, trying to kind of grasp that.
I died.
Something like it, yeah.
And now I'm back.
Yeah, Neb apparently can just raise the dead, altered beast style.
Like a necromancer or something.
I don't. Let's not go that far. I still am trying to figure out what exactly I did. As far as I know, I just asked you to come back.
And you disintegrated a diamond in the process. So I think that was I don't know, What do they call it in V&V? It's like a spell component or something. It's like when you have bat doo-doo and you
it's like an ingredient.
An ingredient, yeah.
Wow.
I'd accidentally pulled it out when I was grabbing for my stone, and something about it made me think of stars, and that's when I just kind of thought about calling out to you.
He just sort of lies there, blankly staring up.
And you say I've lost years?
Yeah, because you said that before we met you had been in the Vale for a couple of years.
I mean, your body kind of looks the same, so your body probably still has the years, but
he reaches down to his little belly of jelly, gives it a little shake.
Feels the same to me.
I mean,
in shape, keeping it tight.
It's probably all in there still. You just have to unlock it again. I don't feel like all is lost, Pippin. We'll help you remember in time.
And you know what? In the end, if you don't, that's okay. Because like I said, you being back is the most important thing. And I'm sorry that you don't remember the last couple of years, partially because that sucks, but also because trying to deal with everything we just talked about has got to be a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember most of the late 70s either, though. And I've had a very full life, so I think you'll be okay, Piven. And like I said, a lot
is a
of this
short-term effect
sucked.
or a long-term effect. This could be something that you get your memories back over time. It could be something that you figure things out. Something unlocks it. You just don't know. We've never been in this situation before in so many ways. So,
Yeah.
it's an adventure.
He takes all this in, still lying there, kind of wide-eyed.
Or you could just lie on the floor for the time being and, stay here, have fun.
I mean, to be honest, we were all kind of contemplating that for a moment. The thing that made you die was rough for all of us.
He looks at you all.
I think I'd like to go home.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know how to do that?
I don't know.
Can you, like, teleport? Or...
No, remember, we're supposed to find a scribe.
Doesn't work.
I mean, I thought I would try.
Robin went,
lose a couple years of memories, become a scribe. It's like, oh, okay.
It's a trade-off.
Yeah.
Nothing happens. It is a tense moment, though, where for a moment you think it's gonna. But he still stands there. He lets his arms droop a little bit, lonesomely at his side as his shoulders slump a little more even than his small frame usually is. And he just kind of goes,
okay. Well, I guess I'm with you. Got no other option here. You seem like nice enough folk.
Well, that's such a lovely endorsement there. I got no other option, but I'll go with you.
And we'll take care of you.
He's calling it like he sees it.
Yeah, I mean,
we kind of have no idea where we're going, but we're nice people.
We're trying our best, really.
And I mean, for Pivum's benefit, what are we trying to accomplish down here?
So, the reason that we came to Tyver is we're helping the ruler of Tyver. Her name is Ivy. You helped her too. Basically come back home and get her world back. And we got here, and there was a big compass-like machine that she was trying to work on, and she said that the core of this place had been damaged or something was wrong with it, and that she asked us to come down and fix it, and that once it was fixed, she'd be able to fix the thing up there somewhere, and that would call her people back.
And I'm sure before we left, we specified exactly what we needed to do to fix this thing, right?
We did not, because she did not know what was wrong.
She just said we knew what we would know when we saw that it was wrong.
Yeah.
See, Pivum, I don't even remember yesterday. So it'll be okay.
Yeah, feeling real confident about this group. Okay.
But mythological heroes.
Absolutely.
We are.
And now you're one of us. So welcome to being a hero.
Oh boy. All right, so we're looking for a core, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and now that you are now that I'm not listening for your heartbeat, do you all hear that?
A heartbeat, a core, a heartbeat, a core. A heart is a core. Do you think?
I hope
that
you're on the right.
Tyver has a heart, and we have to
You
fix.
talking about that thing that's thumping 3 times? Because that doesn't sound like any heartbeat I've ever.
It's an abnormal heart. I mean, a planet could have a heart that beats 3 times. That could be normal.
That could just
Maybe
be somebody playing a drum down there.
Over in the corner going, nobody listens to me.
Should we go in the direction of where we think
there's in all this time, have we been able to find has there been any more sense of where it's coming from?
If you all pay attention, we can do another perception check.
Someone gotta get it.
Who would like to do so?
Any of you
I
can?
think Maeve has the highest perception.
I've got an 18.
Okay.
Okay.
roll.
Maeve, you're pretty sure the reason you're all having trouble figuring out what direction this is coming from is because it's coming from all directions. You can feel the stone beneath you. This whole place is vibrating with it. It's, it's faint. It's not, blasting through, but it is moving through every surface. It is directionless.
I'm going to feel the stone with my hand, like get down close to it, fly, and like my feet are just like up in the air.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna lick the stone. Does it like actually taste like rock? And Silas definitely knows what a rock tastes like.
Give me a perception check.
I knew eventually I would rub off on all of you. Now here you are, licking things that nobody would think to lick. I'm so proud of you, Silas.
Let's see. So that's a 16.
Okay. It tastes organic, but more metallic. Has that little like pennies in the back of your mouth. And as you do that, the saliva on your tongue, as it brushes against this surface, it almost like a mood ring. The place where you licked it kind of becomes this rainbow of colors.
That would be so useful. Yeah. Okay. So with that, like how big of an area though?
Just the size of your tongue.
I'm going to lovingly rub my hand and my like forearm on the surface to see if anything else happens.
Nothing happens.
I'm going to like and like try to supply a bunch of saliva, and then I'm going to spit it in my hand, and then I'm going to wipe it in a circle.
Yep. Absolutely. That causes some of the rainbow to happen. And in fact, as you look over where Pivum spit up a little bit, this area too has a little bit of this rainbow glow underneath the pink.
Hey, do y'all see this rainbow spit?
Yeah. Hold on a second. I'm curious if it's anything wet or if you got a spit. And Neb is going to pull out one of the berries that she still has from last time that she made berries for everybody, and is going to kind of crush it a little bit in her hand so the juices start to come out and drip the juice on the rock.
I'll say, yeah, you get a little bit of a reaction. It's not intense, but you get some reaction out of it.
I'm going to float over away from everyone and turn away from everyone and then start relieving myself to see if that liquid does it also.
Yes, that liquid, you can write your name in rainbow on the floor.
Okay.
Can a spot where not that spot?
I mean, I was very intentional about not like no runoff or anything like that. Yeah.
Is the texture different underneath where the rainbow is?
I'm gonna say yes. It's not that it almost like a scab. This is so gross. I'm sorry, but like when a scab comes off and there's like new skin.
Yeah.
It's almost like the stone is like the scab,
it's been almost like it's been covered in something, like it's been dipped or there's some.
This is sort of revealing what is underneath.
And the urine is doing it too.
The urine is doing it as well.
But the water doesn't work.
The good berry did
it worked
a little bit. Yeah.
And the same with the spit and the pee, like it's all kind of working. Yeah.
When I put my hand on a spot that is rainbow now, can I feel the thump stronger? Perception. Like we've removed a berry or something. I would love for you to roll it. +7, please.
You think so, yes. It's hard to tell, but it vibrates more than the dark surface.
What are we
It's,
standing on?
I mean, maybe Maeve and Robin are right. We're standing on the heart, and whatever this is, and I'll tap on a place that isn't the rainbow. Whatever this is something that's been blocking it, and that's why it's not working. I don't know.
So he said it's
I'm
time to
going to
mop it up.
find a rainbow connection, and I am going to like stick my hand there, and then I'm going to concentrate really hard to see if I sense any thoughts coming from the creature, potential creature.
I'm going to say, yeah. It's not unlike the globs. It's the globbies. It's primitive. It's more like trying to detect the thoughts of a mammalian sea creature, kind of, a jellyfish or something like that. It has thoughts, but not language. It has feelings. It has a wide range of nuance, but it's
I get surface emotion. Do I feel fear? Do I feel contentment? Do I feel confusion?
You feel loneliness.
Hey everyone, I can read the thoughts of whatever is under us right here. Like, this thing is certainly alive, and I don't know any other way to put this, but it feels like it needs a friend.
Oh.
Well, if this is the thing that's been cut, if it's been cut off from all the people that it used to be connected to in some way, that makes sense.
So are we literally just like going to have to all drink a lot and like whiz this shell off of it, or like what? Or maybe we could just take the water that we were going to drink and use that instead. But you get my point. Like,
it
doesn't have to go through the transition process there. But
maybe that's what Ivy was talking about. Maybe she knew that's why we would be the ones to fix it.
Because she knows we pee, or like...
No.
So
rulers don't pee. Pippa may have forgotten to give you that bit of lore. Right?
May I just clarify something very quickly?
Yes, you may.
Okay.
The thing we fell out of. It goes up only to the surface of the barrier, right?
So the pink stuff?
The pink stuff, yeah.
The pink stuff is about 10 feet above you. It's almost like a cloud layer, right? And it was maybe 5 to 10 feet thick underneath this kind of ice.
Okay, I've said my theory. I think we're in a cell, so not the cytoplasm, but whatever organelles above us.
Yes.
What I'm thinking is that, never mind. I'm not going to say it. Never mind. I'm going to.
Well, I've got. Go ahead, Fairuza.
Is this Jen theory, or is it Maeve theory, or is it Jen theory?
I mean, Maeve has said it 3 times at this point.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's why when Robin mentions this being a heart, I think that's why we all kind of, because you had already been talking.
To detect thoughts of it.
That's why you licked it.
Otherwise, I would just think it was.
I have 2 quick questions just to clarify. The rainbow section, when you said that it kind of reminded of a scab that had come off in new skin, does it feel like it's healing skin, like this is injured instead of broken?
Broken.
Yes, the rainbow pearlescent area certainly feels more vulnerable, but not in a bad way.
Okay.
Right? I mean, armor is better at protecting you than skin, but skin is your skin.
Yeah.
And armor chafes.
Armor
the
shapes.
the pink thing above us,
Yes.
you said that eventually we could walk in a direction and get out from under it, and we'd be
Yes.
under like the edge of the wherever we were. We'd be
Yes.
out from under the pink stuff.
Yes, correct.
Okay. And Neb is gonna kind of look around at everybody, and we all look super hurt, including her. And she's gonna say, "Well, if we've got to go looking for a way to peel this armor off, we should probably be ready for it." And she's gonna pull out her rock and place it on one of these rainbow patches, the place where she had dropped a bunch of good berry juice, and she's going to summon her healing sparklers right there, and she'll do it at a fairly high level because we're all super hurt. And so this swirling pinks and purples and blues kind of appear and float up, and she's intentionally not going to walk into it, but like not only point to everybody to come on over and feel better, but specifically watch to see if the thing we're standing on takes some healing.
Okay. It does not, the rainbow section does not seem to spread. It kind of has no visible reaction to your area effect.
Okay.
But
So
those of us who walk into it, what happens? Because Pivum's like limps over there.
Oh yeah. So I can do this. So this can happen 4 times, and everybody gets 1d6 hit points back.
Okay. That works.
And so 4 people. So it sounds like Pivum is gonna take one.
Pivum's gonna take one.
Okay.
Great. Who else is?
Yeah, 1d6. Right.
Who's at single digits?
Oh yeah.
I am at full health.
I'm 14.
Almost no spells.
14 as well.
Okay. Neb is taking one because she's at single digits.
I would like one if I can. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Come on over.
Anyone who, died.
Yeah. Maeve, are you
Okay.
good?
I'm at 30.
okay.
I'm like,
I'll
I'm
take
at
the other
I'm
one.
at around half of
Okay.
mine. So.
I'll take. What was that? A D6?
A D6.
Yeah.
And nothing else?
Plus that, okay.
Oh,
Whose is
it's
that?
2d6. I'm sorry, because I cast it at 2nd level, so it's 2d6 for everybody.
Ooh, I got a 6 on both. Yay.
While this is going on, Silas is going around and like seriously trying to continue to lick.
Okay.
And just see if it continues to have the same effect.
Yeah, you're licking and it absolutely continues to have the same effect. You will notice as you do it, some of the other places are starting to dry up. That as it evaporates, there's getting to be less there. It's going to be hard to have a consistent level of that, especially considering this, you don't even know the size of this space at this point. Yeah.
May I ask this may be like an investigation or an insight or something. I don't know. Does it seem like this is something that there's like the Zamboni that should be coming around and cleaning this up, and that has not been happening? Or does this seem like something that has been done to this actively? Like, was it dipped in concrete, or is the thing that's supposed to come and pick up trash?
Let's do an investigation.
Okay.
Just because this is just kind of a logic, sense, from everything you've sensed.
So it's a 17.
Okay. You're going to go with considering the kind of soft quality of the more rainbow areas of this, that feels like the optimal state for this, and that this does seem like something should be taking care of this space, and it has not happened in a very long time. There is whatever access that was necessary for this to be cared for has been taken away.
By extension, does it seem like the thing above us might be upside down or too high up?
You
Like,
know
'cause
that
it's got-
thing. You know that thing had a 10-foot reach, and it's probably just 10 feet above you. So it could probably reach down here if it were so inclined.
What if that
Maeve, what
thing
you
is some
thinking?
sort of an invader?
Say again, Fairuza?
Said, what if that thing above us is some sort of an invader?
I don't think it's an invader. I
You
think
think
that's
it's been
supposed
here?
to. I think that's the vacuum. I think it's the vacuum cleaner. I think it's the Hoover. And I think it got.
Tentacles? Oh,
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
it got. I think it got. Something happened. I don't know if it got. The world got flipped upside down or what, but something happened. I think got flipped around. I think it's supposed to be on here on the ground, hoovering up, crawling itself around, and not eating people, but eating whatever this is.
Are there any tentacles up above us that appear to be, damaged, hanging on by a thread, or do we have
You
any that are
see
like?
no damage. This is just an oozy, cloudy kind of thing. It's whatever it is. It's either healed or, it's like trying to fight Jello.
Do we have a place to
whatever it
go?
is mean.
You don't see anything beyond, the ceiling has some slight variation depending on whether you're under the pink stuff or under the dark stuff, but the ground is just this dark stone, except for the places where you have licked and peed and smeared berries.
Well,
But this is where we hear the heartbeat coming
You can
from
hear
below.
it's coming. It's
Where it
coming
is.
from below for sure. Is where you can feel it.
The vacuum.
Fairuza.
Mhm.
Investigation check, please.
Oh boy, this is going to be harsh.
We'll see.
11.
11.
Mhm. But I could add a plus. Depending on what you're getting ready to do, I can add a +3 because depending on.
I'm not going to do anything to you.
Something about this conversation is you're trying to remember what Ivy said about the compass.
Oh yeah, the compass was wrong.
The compass
It was spinning.
It was
right?
spinning. It
Spinning.
couldn't connect. She talked about she needs the beacon will only work. She thought that the energy that helps the beacon was blocked.
Fairuza shares this with the crew. Do you guys remember Ivy saying that?
yeah. Well, and
But
if this is magnetic north and it's been blocked and the compass can't, grab onto it.
so is that thing blocking it though, or is this stuff blocking it?
Well, I think it might be worth taking a little walk around and see what else is here. Is this the only pink stuff? Are there other pink stuff? Is there anything else
good question.
around? Because otherwise we're going to try to figure out how to get that down here, and that was already difficult to deal with.
I'm not.
It doesn't like us.
I'm not at all good with the time part of this. Are we outside a 60-second window from when I initially detected its thoughts at this point?
Yeah, probably. It's been a minute. You guys have been talking and
you,
licking.
You
and
told
moving
us
around.
that you sensed that it was lonely, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I know what's going on here.
What is it, Maeve?
Then what do we do?
I'm sticking to my original. I'm gonna stick to it. I'm gonna stick to the thing I thought it was. I think it's a cell. I think it's trying to divide. I think it's got a shell around it, and it can't, because I think the thing that's supposed to clean it up isn't there, so it can't go anywhere. And it's lonely because it doesn't have its pair.
And the cleaner, whatever that is what is that? Just
It's a lysosome. Didn't you pay attention in biology?
trying to see.
Well, I think
And
that's
then Maeve realizing that she's given up, that she paid attention to biology, like
Just certain
walks
parts
away,
of
bright
biology,
red.
yes.
as she walks away, Neb is gonna follow and say, "I think you're absolutely right, and yeah, let's do a little looking around and see. Maybe there's a pink thing somewhere
But
that's
be
more
careful.
apt to be a vacuum that isn't going to attack us."
Silas is going to
What if it's
he's
upside
going to
down? You
kind of
just have to flip it.
project an illusion of some of this pink stuff that he's looking at above him, and he's like putting it closer and closer to the rainbow thing. Is there any kind of, does anything happen?
An illusion of it?
Yeah, just an illusion.
Nothing. No response.
Okay.
The pink, the I'm gonna just call it an organelle above us. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna stick with what my gut
Go
instinct
for it.
is
Whatever's
on
in your brain.
Whatever my framework
Yes.
is right now, I'm going with it. And if I'm wrong, I'm gonna go all the way being wrong.
But at least we have things to call it besides the pink thing.
The pink
So,
stuff?
Yeah.
I like the pink stuff.
Oscillating.
Hey, and pink stuff is cleanser.
That's true.
It's true, and it's really great stuff too.
Pepto-Bismol is good.
Does it look to be suspended by anything?
No, it looks like cloud cover. If anything, go ahead.
Oh no, sorry, go ahead.
Well, just that, if anything, as you think about it, if it really is only covering under the surface of this lake, like this opening in this whatever crust is above you, it's almost as if it was like, suspended across that opening, like a scab would be in that sense, and it's just kind of held on by the tension of the edges and itself. It's a big sticky.
No, sorry, I
Yeah.
not that the thing we just fell out of.
The pink stuff.
That is
Yeah.
the pink stuff. Okay,
Yeah, that is the pink stuff. Yeah, it's sort of it's suspended, I guess, by its own force of tension.
Okay.
Nothing's like pushing it up or pulling it down or anything like that. It's like a spider web or something. It's kind of, it's latched itself like a rubber bladder or something. Your diaphragm maybe.
Okay.
Has that kind of quality to it.
Have Maeve and I, with her walking off and me following, have we walked far enough that we're at an edge where the bladder is up
You were
against...
pretty close, so yes, you can watch past the edge of the bladder. Yes.
When we get to that point, can I examine the connection point and see?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me an investigation check, please.
What's going on, if I can tell anything? 12.
12. Yeah, it's definitely latched on to this edge. It's like a trampoline. Maybe that's a good way to put it. Like a trampoline, kind of that horizontal tension and pressure. It seems to be, pretty, held on pretty tight. You can see, you remember getting some like acidy damage when it hit you. You can see it's kind of eating into the rock or the ground, the crust on the side, and that seems to be how it sort of fused itself, as it's using that kind of acidic digestion to kind of do that. Yeah.
Well, I think Maeve is right. I just don't know how we're going to detach this, if that's what we need to do.
Can we
maybe
chase us?
I'm sorry, what?
Can we make it chase us around?
Well, if it didn't chase us down here, then I don't
worst
know
idea.
what we could do.
The worst idea.
That's Fairuza with her 3 hit points.
I mean, we chased us above it, but when we got here, it let us through, and I can't remember if Neb knows that you slashed at it when you got down here.
Yeah.
But when you slashed at it, it wasn't like upstairs and where when we punctured it, it then came after you. It just healed up, right?
Yeah.
What if we just like electrify it and see if it explodes?
Yeah, let's just blow it up.
I like it.
Says the fireball.
I mean, hey,
if you want to
listen,
do it,
like
let's not
I
be
can.
under it.
I can pull with an incredible amount of pressure, pull something in a direction. So, like, if we all want to try to do those kinds of things, then I can move a lot of things 10 feet. Like, I can move a lot of things 10 feet.
That's true.
Special skills. I can move a lot of things 10 feet.
I mean, I can move them longer than 10 feet, but I'm saying it can go 10 feet.
Yeah. As Silas is saying this,
It's not just 10 feet.
as Silas is
I
talking
do
about,
much more than 10 feet.
you know, all of us pulling this thing down, and I'm looking at this connection point.
Yes.
I would like to try, because I can do this up to 30 feet away, the same way that I reached into the rock and was able to pull out pieces and mold it.
Right.
I want to try to do that to the rock that's above us.
How much space can you move?
I believe it's 5 feet.
Okay.
Yep, a 5-foot cube.
I mean, even if we can get a
of
little
dirt
bit of this
or
stuff,
stone.
let's like
Okay.
rub it on this thing to see if this plan even is going to work before we like go all in and get this thing chasing us.
Well, and I'm curious about a bunch of things. So I'm trying to remove like the 5-foot cube where
Uh-huh.
it's attached,
Okay.
and not only like gently place it on the ground below us and
Okay.
see what happens there, but then see what happens there.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do the little like paint tester or whatever before we paint the whole wall.
All right.
So Neb wants to remove a 5x5 square right at the edge that is connected and just place that gently and see what happens. Okay, cool.
Okay.
And you're just moving it, right?
Yeah.
You're just
I
pulling a
think
chunk
I'll
out and
also
moving it
here-
elsewhere.
You target as I can make it. No, I don't want to make it difficult terrain. Yeah, I can.
Okay.
You target an area of loose earth or dirt or stone.
Uh-huh.
You can instantaneously excavate it, move it along the ground, and deposit it up to 5 feet away. And I can do that up to 30 feet away.
Okay. So
And it doesn't have enough force to cause damage. It very specifically says that. So I cannot cause damage even if I wanted to.
Okay. So this might be wrong. We're gonna go with it. As you pull this piece of this 5-foot cube of earth down, this stuff, like bubblegum, is stuck to it, and it stretches and moves with it as you pull this earth down and place it down, creating kind of a tent-like, you even see it get sort of thinner and more translucent, like the way bubblegum does as you stretch it.
Yeah.
On the upper side, little of the tentacles and smaller ones down here are kind of, waving in the wind as they used to be attached to something above, and they sort of reach up again towards the ceiling to grab on up there again and kind of equilibralize I don't know
The word.
the word that I'm trying to get to, the tension of that area.
But it remains holding on to that cube that I've moved.
If
It
you
doesn't
just
let go.
moved it and didn't make it disappear, it held tight.
Okay. But its instinct seems to continue to be to reach up.
Reaching up.
Okay. I will. And then the only other thing is, does the heart below us do anything when I put a bunch of stone on the ground?
Did not react, no.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, I don't know if this is better or worse, but it's something. I can keep doing this. Sorry?
Can you get the tentacles to grab onto the thing before you move it? And then put it down on the ground? Sort of trick it into grabbing hold?
I can try. Just falling over is created.
So let me see this straight. Neb is making little baby versions come off the thing.
It's still
and
attached. It didn't let go. It's still attached to the stone. It's still attached to itself. It just stretched like bubble gum. So there's just like a long strand, a 5-foot wide tongue of it. And on top, you can see the little tentacles reaching up, and it's using its 10-foot reach to try to grab on to that area that Neb excavated. The stone above.
Can I try to do Maeve's suggestion? Grab the 5-foot next to where I was.
Okay.
And move it in such a way that the little tentacles could grab onto it if they wanted to.
Sure.
And
If you
then
move And you can do this again?
It's a cantrip. I can do it as many
Fantastic. And the other one stays where it is.
Yeah.
Okay, great. You Tetris in another cube. It absolutely grabs onto it. Whatever it can find that's above it, it will latch onto, and you can hear the little as it uses whatever sort of acidic juices are on it to kind of seal itself to that stone.
Okay. Well, we could spend a while, and I could just very slowly detach it if that's what we want, piece by piece. I don't know if we want to test this out anymore. I'd hate to detach it from up there and bring it down here only to find out that it's just goo that wants to eat through everything.
So one thing is that you have exposed no daylight, nothing of above, right? This whatever this thickness of this thing is more than the 5 feet. So you haven't like opened up a hole to the top. So it's still attached somewhere above you. You've just kind of created like a some strands going down this way, some strands going up this way,
It's 10 feet above us. I would have made a 5-foot cube, so that's 15.
15, and there's still a little bit more above that.
If I go 5 more feet up, what happens? See, now I'm just playing Tetris.
You Tetris down this 5-foot cube. Immediately, this crunchy snow-like stuff that had been on the surface also starts to fall. This, styrofoamy granule salt falls down into the space, and the light from above you can see begin to shine through, almost like when you were coming out of that avalanche. As the snow and the light begins to come through, the next thing you noticed is the rush of mist. It flies into this space, and as it swirls around you, it is attracted with intensity to the ground. As soon as it hits that ground, this mist begins to condense into water and slide over the surface. As you look at this happen and begin to raise your fists in triumph, this pink stuff immediately reaches out and begins to close off that gap as fast as it can.
Okay.
Within about 10 seconds, that spot is completely sealed over with pink.
Okay, so Maeve, you were right. We just don't know whether that is an actual enemy or an overactive white blood cell. Either way, it seems to be blocking the mist, and the mist is the thing we need down here.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, I can keep doing 5 squares at a time, but I don't think I can keep up with it.
Yeah,
as the mist spreads over that, you hear the thump, 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 getting a little faster.
Oh, we have to get this thing out of the way.
Can we? So not everywhere is covered by this pink stuff. Maybe if we move a couple feet away from it and dig up, like avoid it altogether and just give the mist a space to come through. Do you think that would work?
But won't it just like seal back up again?
Well, I'm saying like if the pink thing is here, but then we go like 20 feet that way.
Well, can you just move the earth again and see?
I can, but I gotta be kind of close to it.
Okay, and then Silas is just going to like grab Maeve up and fly up there.
I mean, I was going to ask Fairuza for a boost, but this works too.
So you move 20 feet away from the shoreline.
Yeah.
Silas rises you up 10 feet, so you're up by the sort of surface.
I hold her like Simba.
Okay. You're going to move 5 feet of earth.
And I'll just go straight up. I will do the thing that they tell you not to do in Minecraft and just not right above us, but like, the 5 feet this way and up and just start digging a hole.
Another chunk comes down as you create a chimney, this cube chimney up above you. How far is your reach on this?
30 feet.
30 feet. You get to 20 feet, 25 feet. If you remember, you were on a hill. 30 feet. You have not yet broken the surface. Do you want to fly up the chimney?
I mean,
Silas. Hey, Silas.
Are you confident that you've got that like tunneled out? Is it going to collapse on us?
I mean, I'm confident I got it tunneled out. I
Okay,
can't
let's
tell
go.
if-
And then Silas starts flying.
Silas flies up. Ned,
And
yes, go ahead.
As we go into the chimney, now that I know we've gone 30 feet up, I will start to stairway. So like 5 feet this way, 5 feet this way, 5 feet this way, 5 feet this, and like see if I can make a whole, like if the thing is here and we're digging here, I'm gonna do this and just come around.
All right, looks like you've played some Minecraft.
I played, you know what? I really liked Minecraft. It was a lot of fun. I never understood how you could just punch a tree to make things happen, but it was great fun.
So in the classroom ant farm of this trajectory, you guys dig up, and every time you bring a cube, you have to it has to follow you out because you've only made a 5 foot.
Yeah.
So you're kind of pull it out and put it on the ground and then fly back up and get a chunk and pull it out and drop it on the ground. You're creating quite an excavation site. There's a lot of dirt on the ground over there. Pivum's just kind of standing by and going, okay, good. Now you bring it down here and this way, this way, this way.
Perfect.
You know,
Project
trying
manager.
to kind
I
of
love
direct you to move out space out your dirt pieces. Finally, after what felt like 15-20 minutes of work of just pulling and these pieces out, you break through. The rush of mist, as soon as it senses access, you feel it blow your hair back, push you against the side of the wall as it just rushes into this space. The rest of you watching down below can see it, the thickness of this, as it just collapses into the space and spreads out in all directions, blanketing this central core with its moisture, with its healing. The pink stuff seems unaffected. It does not reach down to try to take this out, but it does create what is kind of a buffer holding it in, keeping it from escaping. As this floods in and continues to flood the space, it seems endless. It goes on, and you can just feel the cool moisture as it rushes past you. And as it was before, as it dances around you, and you feel your own heartbeat begin to quicken and beat faster. As time goes by, and
Deb can't help it, but it's like hee-haw, hee-haw, hee-haw. And it's doing the wah, 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 wah.
You don't see any globbies yet. They have not come down, but you have certainly, the air and the atmosphere above you is coming through at quite a pace as you watch it fill the entire space. And the rainbow of this core beneath you has a glow, has an illumination that also begins to fill the space with just a prism of colors. And as you begin to see, as this moisture spreads and moistens around, it really is a sphere. There is a core within here that is now becoming this rainbow pearlescent pearl at the center. Now you can physically see it as it just vibrates with this heartbeat, absolutely coming back to life.
This is really pretty.
I'm amazed.
This is really moist.
I mean,
it is very, you all are just dripping. There's, it's covered, and the mist is attracted to you as well, so it's swirling around you.
I mean, I ain't had humidity like this since back home at Marietta.
This is the closest thing we've had to a shower since we had the train.
Showers.
This isn't a real shower. Real showers are better than this.
Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, but we didn't fix the core. We didn't fix the problem. We dug around it. This might not last. We might need to do something more permanent here.
Like what? Fireball?
You just want to destroy everything, aren't you?
I just see that this thing is a problem.
Well, whether or not the pink stuff is a problem, some of the rock is, and I think you're right, this is not a permanent solution, but maybe with the core working, the people will come back, because I mean, I can keep excavating, but we could be here for years, and I don't think I could excavate all around this thing. So we're gonna need more
not
people,
with that
right?
attitude, you can.
Well, okay, all right. You're willing to hold me for a couple of years, and we just do 5 feet at a time.
You are really light, but yeah, probably not. I mean, Miss Robin, what do you suggest? Like, seriously, just go to town on this thing? Like, pew,
I mean, all I'm saying is that one time I was a dental assistant, and you can fill in cavities, but you're not really getting to the root of the problem.
Well,
the patients have
root
tentacles?
canal, the pink stuff?
Waka waka waka.
I mean, if you want to leave and leave it to those who come back to take care of it, then fine. I'm just saying that
Hey, listen, to be clear, other than, my magical energy in a waning cycle right now, other than that fact, I am completely down with crushing this thing with, telekinesis and, like I'm totally down with it. And I can probably do it once or twice. But if that gets it agitated and then we go through what we did to get through it in the first place, then we're probably in some really deep trouble, because I just spent all that waning magical energy on crushing telekinesis instead of making you all believe that you feel better.
How do we know that we've done the job? I mean, are we good to go back? And if we are good to go back, how do we get back?
That's what I was thinking.
Why didn't Ivy give us like a walkie-talkie or something, honestly?
What my guess is we go the same way we came, which is we follow the path back up and then just float up through the mist and the water and all that. But Robin, I think you make a point about we need to make sure that we've actually done the job at least long enough so that if we were to leave and go tell Ivy, that it hasn't gotten bad again. I'd hate to leave and then spend a couple hours and go back up to Ivy, and by the time we get there, she's like, well, it was working for a little while, but then it stopped working again, and so you gotta go back.
It's down again.
I don't know what you did, but whatever you did didn't last very long, so.
Well, why don't we see if it's like an engine, if it returns to a state where there's something that it seems to have spun back up, but perhaps there's just a sort of natural ecology to this place that's going to restart.
That all sounds great. How do we do that?
Well, give it a bit of time.
Okay. And then Silas is going to not sit down because he doesn't touch the ground anymore, but he goes crisscross applesauce and floats about a foot or so off the ground. And then he is taking out some food because he has remembered that he has not eaten in a long time.
Yes. All right. So
this isn't a good berry. This is his last piece of jerky that he has been holding on to for a special moment.
Cheers to the end of the jerky.
Would anybody like any of this?
Yes, I would.
Pivum kind of, you can see a little,
Yeah, I don't know if there's enough to share. I was just being nice, but
Robin will join you in the fact of she's also digging in her bag, and she pulls out those Werver candies, those little like, oh my god, like I've been saving that. Yes, Deb,
amazing.
I've been saving this for a special occasion, and she like holds it and like, cheers, Silas.
Right,
you notice as you're walking around, Robin, that it's gotten really like there's a little bit of like a 1-inch puddle, and with your little rain boots, it's just kind of, you can kick it a little bit. It's just like standing in puddles in the park.
Hopefully it doesn't become standing in lakes in the park and we start to drown. All right, problem for another time.
To worry about.
Silas goes to Fairuza and is like, all right, let's wishbone this.
Oh.
And
may the best woman win. And she pulls
you got it. And then Silas is absolutely cheating with telekinesis. Like he's trying to get more.
I would like to cast bicep.
Mind over matter.
Mind over matter.
Neb is gonna pull out the last couple good the berries that she's made and hold them out to Maeve and Pivum and say, I mean, I like the berries, but I don't know if I can compete with jerky.
Silas gets a smaller piece because that's poetically.
Pivum will take a good berry. It's about the size of a plum in his hand and just pick the bite of it. And then another one. He's kind of, walking around in here. The water is rising. It does seem to be collecting in some way on top of the surface. And you can all start to feel now beneath your feet the slightly more spongy quality of this ground. It is definitely not this solid stone feel any longer. It has a more malleable feeling, and this glow is getting lighter and lighter.
Wait a minute, are we gonna sink through? Like if we stay here
New
too
fear
long?
unlocked.
Well, if it's a cell, we might need to sink through to get what we need. The core would be even further in.
What, we didn't do it with what we just did? Like there's
We're
more to
almost
this?
there. One more level.
One more.
I mean, that's assuming this is adhering to the rules that we know about cells, and
We
that
know
might
about,
be
sure.
wrong. And we're in a different.
Well, whether or not whatever rules that it's adhering to, we don't know for sure whether it's done. And so
And again, hey, I'm almost positive I asked Ivy, how are we going to know if this is fixed before we left? And if I didn't, I certainly meant to ask her that. It would have been really helpful information.
She said we would know, and so far we're still kind of.
So if we don't know, then we're not done. Okay, I got it.
Oh no!
Hey, Silas, you know who might know? Can you read the emotions of the core, the heart, the brain,
Hey, listen,
whatever?
We've got choices here. We've got crushing telekinesis.
Okay.
We've got making y'all feel like you feel better, or we've got focusing on whatever this alien creature is and seeing if I can pick up little pot thoughts from it. So I'm fine. I am done prioritizing those things. So if y'all want to help me with it, that's great. So if you want me to see if it's feeling better, then I'll do that. But that might mean that if the pink stuff attacks us, that we're going to be in some real trouble.
Why can't we just shrink the thing and put it in Robin's backpack?
What?
The pink stuff?
What was going to shrink the thing? Where's that magic coming from?
Neb looks up at the pink stuff and thinks really hard about shrinking it. And, tries to, is rubbing her stone and throwing it back and forth in her hands. Well, it's not mine. It's not my magic. I don't know.
Wouldn't it be amazing to be able to show Ivy what it is? I don't know.
Well, when we get back up to Ivy,
walkie-talkie.
Silas can make a fake, a hologram to show her. Maybe she'll know what it is. So we don't actually have to bring the thing.
Yeah, y'all remember that scene in Return of the Jedi where C-3PO's telling stories? That's what inspired me to do that. I did that with Talrun too, and he was totally eating out of the palm of my hand, and he's thinking that I'm all dark Silas, I shaved off the sides and I've got a teeth.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Out of curiosity, would this be considered a short rest?
Sure, you all can take a short rest. The water is rising during this hour that you take to, feel better. It's now about a foot deep. Pivum's kind of up to his chin. He'll climb up on some of that dirt that you excavated to try to stay up on the out of the water level here. But it is rising.
So as it's rising, I'm going to put my face down into it, and then I'm going to try to breathe like we were before when we were enchanted. Does that work?
Still have your marks from her, and it's it has no.
Hey, so everybody, just where everybody's feeling secure about this, apparently we can still breathe water. So
does Pivum still have it?
Oh no!
Oh,
that's okay.
We have fixes for that. We have Sequoia here. We have Levitator over there. We're good.
Robin can help if he needs to breathe.
I mean, Neb will point that out because if Silas, if you mentioned, she's just gonna.
I mean, everybody can
stop.
take deep breaths since we don't need them, and we can just feed them to Pivum. Take turns.
Like splash style.
Yeah.
Like,
wait, that's carbon dioxide that we breathe out, though, right? So he probably can't breathe that. Like, how does CPR
also once
work?
we're in the water and we're breathing water, what we will be breathing out is water, which will not be helpful to Pivum at all.
Robin will just go over to Pivum and say, "You won't remember this, but I found out this trick when we were down," and she's gonna like kind of start explaining when we were at the submarine.
I love tricks.
The sunken ship, and then as she does, she puts her hand on his little shoulder, and a little air bubble just around his head for the next 24 hours.
That's awesome.
He kind of
air bubble.
Pokes at it a little bit, and the surface tension holds it together, like those unpoppable bubbles. Oh, wow. And he puts his head in the water. Oh.
I wonder if that would work in outer space, Miss Robin. I wonder if I could fly high enough, and then you put a bubble on my head, and then we could see.
I'm always down to try.
We gotta get out of here first.
Yeah. First things first.
I'd love to see what the stars look like on this planet. I can't even imagine what a different set of constellations would look like.
Ooh. So are we leaving?
So we're agreeing to leave and not take that thing out? Or
I mean, has anything changed in the past hour?
We're gonna know it when we see it.
It's glowing brighter and brighter.
Right.
It's the water is condensing and becoming, rising and covering this space. You do get the impression that this is just going to continue to fill until it reaches, the ceiling, until it reaches the surface.
I guess there's no reason for us to stay any longer.
Well, what about the pink stuff? Are we afraid?
That's what I was saying.
Well, no, I know. That's why I'm bringing it up again. Like, are we because the pink stuff might just be sitting there like playing possum, and then we leave, and then the pink stuff is like terrorizing everything.
Well, so okay, so a couple of things could happen here. We could wait, and it could fill up like a balloon, right? That could be a possibility since it's membrane filling with water. Or it could float up to the ceiling and grab hold of the ceiling. I don't remember what the ceiling looked like in there.
So the rest of it is it just looks like dirt, stone kind of ceiling, like in a cave, other than where this membrane is. So, nothing that felt unnatural or, kind of out of your wheelhouse.
So that could happen too. So
or
I don't know if it's worth.
Or if we continue with your theory that this is all a big body, if this water is like blood and that thing is, let's say it's a good thing and it's just an overactive.
Maybe it's like a sphincter.
What? That's not where I was going, but you know what? We did move through it, so maybe you're right. But I was thinking more like an overactive white blood cell, maybe once it's back submerged in blood, it'll detach and go on its merry way doing what it's supposed to do. Protect the heart.
Right. I mean, I don't think we could destroy it if we tried. This thing is far too much.
And we definitely don't want to try.
I just say we get out of here and try to find our way back up.
I think that's a good idea. And if we're wrong about the pink thing and we show it to Ivy and she says, "Oh no, that's absolutely something you should have destroyed," we'll come back down and we'll destroy it.
We'll have her come down.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be like, "Hey, Ivy, we've done a little bit.
We promise we did it.
We've done enough."
Silas is going to show you a video. Press play.
You should have warned us about the pink stuff, Ivy.
As you all seem to be moving towards the chimney exit here, Pivum decides he's enjoying this a little bit. He starts to sort of kick and splash in the water. He's thinking back, remembering to the mud of Lorilia and the fun that he had in the swamps. And he sort of playfully starts to, come to grips a little bit with this like second chance at life and getting home. And as he does that, a little bit is going to spray up in the air, or not even very far, right? You moved some of that dirt down. As the water touches the pink stuff there, you see it almost start to gum up, and one piece of it loses its grip a bit on the earth that was closer to the ground. And as he sort of splashes again, and this water continues to rise, it's not as though it hardens, but it just loses its sticky and begins to
splash war. And Silas is going to telekinetically with his hands start just splashing water and see what happens.
As you splash water up at this, you can see that, yes, the water, it does seem to just like silly putty wouldn't stick to something wouldn't stick to the side of the tub underwater. It kind of detaches. It just sort of peels away. And magic as it does water. From the edge, the magic water of the water world in which you are in begins to detach from the side. And now you can begin to see more of that daylight coming through, and more of the mist that gets attracted down to this pulsing center and become more and more water as the pink stuff detaches and kind of moves in on itself and becomes smaller and even breaks apart into separate little pieces, little globules of itself. It doesn't have to cling on to itself as much. And you see that actually this was one of many that had just kind of attached itself together. And as they kind of pull apart into their smaller pieces and float away, you see the water level just rising and rising, now much faster, that this huge lake has now been exposed to the air above. It's rising up, the lake getting deeper as you are beginning to climb and fly out. You have time to do this. I will allow to climb up onto the surface again as the water level rises. High tide beginning to pull up along the side of this mountain. As you back up, walking away, it just fills in, making sort of a secondary water world. The globies begin to appear again as you are back, circling around you, excited. As they're singing and dancing, swirling around you with their little flashing lights, very excited. This is an enormous change as this water continues to rise and rise and rise. All of the salt calcified ground around you melts, dissolving into the water around it. The salts seeping into this water that had dried out of it so long ago.
I think if we just stay here, we're just going to be able to float up to Ivy. Just ride the wave.
I think it's possible. We should watch out for those clear ely things.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, y'all ever been to a water park where they have a wave pool?
It's been a while, but yeah.
Yeah, how they make you get out every 20 minutes or something. If this takes longer than 20 minutes, we might get kind of tired riding the wave. So we just need to be cautious. I'm all for it, but we just need to be cautious.
When the spheres are friends, do they go into the water at all?
Yeah, absolutely. Some of them dive into it excitedly. And you can see them below, almost like jellyfish. They have that, almost like their outside membrane disappears and you just see that little internal, but then when they come back out again, it kind of drips off them and you see it. Others seem a little bit more shy. They dip a little corner, a little round side of it, and once it was okay, they kind of slide in again and test it. But yeah, they seem to be excited about the water, interested in the water.
So we'll know it when we see it. Do we feel like we're seeing it, y'all, at this point?
I mean,
I definitely think we're seeing it.
It seems to be the thing that makes sense, is to return the water to the water world.
Makes a lot of sense, yeah.
We've made the spheres.
Thanks, guys.
I mean, I wish I had a walkie-talkie to tell Ivy that
I think she'll notice at some point.
I mean, hopefully she noticed immediately, right? If the compass is supposed to point towards the core, and now we've made the core available, she probably knows right now.
Yeah, so maybe she's done with whatever she needed to do. She's going to have like a hot meal waiting for us, and lots of thank yous. And I'm sorry I couldn't tell you more information before sending you to your potential death. All that stuff. Maybe that's going to happen.
So your plan is to ride the rising tide up into the sky.
Yeah.
So Silas is going to, like, if he understands everybody's actually on board for this, Silas is going to it's going to take some time as this is starting, but you see that he's just kind of like moving his hands, and like a little bit, like occasionally you see these little sparks of magical energy that almost look like holograms in like some places and everything, and then eventually you see one of those kind of like rafts that the military would use, that are like the really big sturdy flat ones.
Yep.
And all blown up on the sides and everything, and it like pops out eventually. And he's like and then he kind of flies around and tries to help everybody like get onto the raft.
Good. Yeah, Pippin will take your hand and just kind of flop in the middle.
Oh boy, you guys are a loot and a half here. Yeah.
And I'm gonna swim up to the side of the raft and look at Pippin and say, the first time we met you actually looked like this. And I'm going to into a seal, into a white seal with blue eyes.
Oh, yay.
Basically the same kind of seal that he looked like, except with my eyes.
He looks at you and goes,
oh boy, I can do stuff like that.
She says, you've taught me a lot, but what comes out is
Wait, you don't remember being able to do that, Crash?
No. Couldn't do that. Really?
Wow. Okay. Yeah, maybe you'll get that back.
Who knows?
You should try right now.
I should try?
Just like, I don't know, like tighten up your nether regions, think really hard about.
He clenches his butt cheeks.
Neb is saying no. That's not how you do it.
Well, I mean, what has Nev ever told us how she does it? Like,
yeah.
She
studies the things really hard, and
yes, and believes.
Maybe she tightens up her butt cheeks too. We don't know.
He scrunches up his face and his butt cheeks all at once. He's just, if he could possibly get smaller, he has.
You would also remember what she talks about is picturing the animal she wants to be in her head, right. And that's why she can't be a bird, is she can't picture all the feathers.
So he's looking at Neb, all the little things, and even before he realizes it, there's another seal looks exactly like Neb. Yay. Except this one's like scrunched up its face, and it kind of looks over to you and goes and it's completely startled by what has happened, the fact that he has changed into this thing. He looks down
Silas makes an illusion of a mirror, and it doesn't actually work, but it like he's gonna put the reflection that he thinks of the seal to make him think that he's looking into a mirror.
Is it all distorted?
Very
like a Funhouse version.
Looks over at Neb and is just kind of nodding his head very excitedly, and even he'll give you one of those playful seal knocks with the other side of the head.
Yeah, and I will immediately start swimming around the raft and play chase me.
So the seals are playing in the middle of the raft as it just continues to rise and rise. You are now, just almost shooting up with speed, almost as this thing continues, and the whole space seems to again have this glow of every possible prismatic color around you. It's like being inside the Aurora Borealis, as just all of the colors are vibrant. Suddenly, it is water all around you. You can all breathe. Neb and Pippin take a little breath before it happens, and and able to sort of hold that. As suddenly you seem to be in there, the raft itself kind of jolts a little bit when this happens, as it kind of can't get stuck between water and is below. I guess it's got air in it. Would that pull you up, maybe? It continues to elevate you. Let's go for it. Why not? As the air is sort of pulled, it wants to float. It's going slower now, but you can feel a gentle sort of rising pressure beneath you. Pivum sort of feels his flippers and begins to sort of swim out and swim around in circles up above, kind of watching, and then down below, swimming around you. It goes from that kind of dark mist, and suddenly you're through, and you can see all of that, what felt like a perma layer, seems to be getting sucked down. And that light, that rainbowy light, is starting to come through again. That false floor to the bottom destroyed, as everything is starting to become one. There is no land any longer below. There is just now this substance of life, of water. As you rise and rise and rise, you can begin to see this spiral, this helix ramp that was going down below. You see the huge globes that were placed along this spiral. They are lit from within. The light coming from below now hits them so that each one glows with an intense light. Greens, purples, reds, blues, oranges, just pinks fill these Christmas tree ornament baubles as you float higher and higher. As you look above, you can see that central globe that is glowing with an absolute pure prism of all colors. As you reach that top, this spinning compass in the center that had been wildly rotating has seemed to find its balance as it spins in a really perfect little spiral in the center. As you reach up there, you can see Ivy as the seals circle around and swim. She looks at you. I see you've managed it, she says with a huge smile on her face. Even though the last time you'd seen her, she was quite stoic. It has just spread ear to ear, almost wider than a human smile, as if she has more teeth and more cheek and more lip than you do. It has just spread all the way up on either side of her face. He says, the beacon is working.
I think we did it.
Well, yeah, you said we would know when it would happen, and yeah, it was very apparent and obvious.
So
Yeah, no problem with it.
That smile was creepy, but thank you.
they will come.
She says, even now, I can feel them.
Neb is going to drop out of being a seal because they can only hold their breath for so
Yes.
long anyway. And just before
Pivum will when he sees you, and it's his. I assume his thing can still be there, right? His
yeah,
bubble
and
is-
immediately is going to say, "Okay, so we met these globe things that were down there that seem to be intelligent, but kind of. Are those your people, or what are your people? Because we also met these things that attacked us, and then there was the pink thing. There was a lot that was down there. So who are your people?"
all of the life here in Tiber are my people. Yes, if you met them, they are of this world. And we have righted the balance, corrected the balance. Yes, some are helpful, others less so, but they are all of Tiber.
So you're talking about that nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea down there. That was part of that. Like that's part of your people. The pink stuff.
If it lives, it is part of Tiber.
Has this
I don't know
happened
if it
before?
is.
Has the compass gone wild before, or is this the first time this has ever happened?
No, this is the first time anything has stopped the access to the beacon. Wait. And for a moment she stops and you can hear singing. Something that feels almost like what the globbies could do, this kind of harmonic or organ kind of sound, as several what could best be described to you as merfolk begin to swim up. These have vaguely humanoid forms, but with gills and tails. They are mostly silver, the scales of fish. Even their eyes are closer to the sides of their faces, the way that fish are, but they have, their fins have what seem like long kind of tendrily fingers attached. They clutch items that have been created by intelligent hands and minds. As they begin to swim up towards Ivy, she rises to her full height, which to you, you're starting to notice is taller than you remember her to be. She is getting transformed in some way by being here. They circle around this glowing rainbow orb at the center, and each one of them bows a head, raises it again. She reaches her hand out to each single one of them, touches each on the cheek. Again, this smile, this grin going all the way to her ears. Tyver is back. They are returning. These are the first, but there will be many, many more. She's excited.
That's amazing.
Yeah, what now?
Thanks to you.
I guess she didn't have time for the hot meal or any of that.
She takes you as she begins to sort of, all of these different sea-like creatures begin to swim up, engaging with her as she sort of does her royal duty to sort of greet them all. She motions for you to head back to the surface. She says, I will follow closely. Go, rest, care for yourselves.
Yeah, we do need a rest.
If we do head off, I think Robin will stay behind just for a moment and say, there were those clouds you had mentioned where you can speak with the past. Is
Yes.
that still a thing we can do?
Oh, yes. The mist at the top. You can hear the voices of those past if they wish to speak with you.
Fantastic. All right.
So, Ivy, real quick point of clarification before we head out here. Because we have this habit, like I'm really bad about this, of like running off and not getting all the details before I run off. So I'm trying to be better about that. And one of the things that I wondered, if we go to these mists, when you say the people who have passed, are you meaning people who are dead?
Wait, Hope, did you wait until we had left to do that?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Neb is trying to talk to a merfolk, so she hasn't left yet. When all you were like, "Oh, we're gonna go upstairs," she's like,
I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't something Hope wanted to have as a private moment.
Yeah, thank you.
She says, yes, those whose hearts no longer beat.
Yeah, so dead. Okay. All right. I just wanted to verify because, I'm just, and Silas raises his voice because, like, if we're trying to talk to people like, my pops, for instance, that at least until maybe a few days ago, I was thinking was very much dead, and then maybe thought that perhaps not because I saw him in some magical hallucination while we've been here, then, it would be a really good way to confirm maybe whether, they are actually gone or potentially still alive out there.
Well, I think there's an even more important question, which is, do you ever get to speak with Julian?
Oh.
She pauses, that smile faltering down just a bit. I only just got back. I have not tried.
Do you still love him?
I'm not sure I want the answer.
Oh.
But he was your soulmate. Why wouldn't you?
Because if I hear his voice in the mist, it means he is gone.
Oh, okay.
I thought you knew he was gone.
I know he is missing.
What if I were in your situation? I think I would just put everything I had into trying to find The person I loved.
Oh, trust me. Ascend, and we shall talk.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
she
like,
had
are
like a
those?
duty to her people and all that.
So, can you tell me anything about
I'm
like the scale?
I want to keep
We want the
humanizing her.
tea.
I want to bring
The
her back because
tea.
I know that we need to keep doing that. Otherwise, we risk the.
Well, and we
What
need to
she's-
find if Julian is alive, he's the scribe that is going to get Piven back to
Yep.
where he goes. And if Julian is dead, then we got to find another scribe. And also, like, yeah, like
Oh.
even beyond humanizing her, we want to know where Julian is too.
And also,
So.
we don't want to give her extra information about our loved ones who are trapped. For at least from Maeve's perspective. That's why I sort of cut you off on that and mom armed in the way a little bit.
Silas don't care, but yeah, that's fine.
Oh.
Maeve
Neb
cares.
is half listening, but
Maeve
she
doesn't want to give up
totally-
anything.
Yeah.
So you're over there, the mer people going.
I don't know if I can figure out how to speak that. You're okay. I didn't think that far when I started to talk to you. I'm so sorry. Well, I should be thinking about that more often. I've just been able to speak to so many things. But you're very cool. I don't know if you can understand me at all.
Neb,
Yeah.
darling, let's go.
There's mermaids here. And we're
There's a lot more. I mean,
yeah. We fixed the planet, and so all right.
Never to be time. You need rest.
She's gonna follow, but you see she's just going to continue to look at all of the creatures that are showing
She's
up.
memorizing.
More like oh, that'd be fun to talk to. No, I gotta go. Oh, that'd be fun. Oh, what is that? Oh no, I gotta go. Like it's a lot of that.
I have one other question before we go in. Because we didn't get a chance to look at anything on the spirals going down or up, and I would like to have, if there is an opportunity, to sort of look and see some of what's around in those.
Let's give a perception check.
Okay.
Of just kind of as you were rising, what you took in.
Mm-hmm.
They were pretty far away, but
nice. 23.
Cool. So as you were rising up, you noticed that the interior of these spaces seemed to match fairly closely with the now color that has been just illuminated within them. The green globe was a veritable jungle of undersea life and trees and what is it I want? The kelp and all of that kind of green life that is under there. The space that is, had let's say the sort of purple color to it, was filled with various life from, that color spectrum that you'd see, jellyfish, and again, maybe some of the silvery elements of this place. So each one kind of creating an ideal living space for different creatures from this world.
Perfect. Thank you.
When they begin to, you'll notice as you start to walk away that these different creatures are starting to gravitate back towards these centers that have, exactly what they need to eat, exactly what they need to breathe. You get the sense that this is a palace, right? These are welcoming rooms for whoever needs them, and it has exactly the right amenities for that particular creature. Wow. Very welcoming. You watch as you start to continue up towards this central wishing well that you came through, that she is indeed, reaching out to each of these creatures, doing her courtly duty to welcome them back home. That central compass spinning in a perfect in the center. As you finally reach the surface, one by one, rising out, you notice that as you exit the water, this glowing enchantment wipes away as the water drips down off your faces, and you come back up to the surface. this is real snow. It's not crystallized, grainy. This is actually the cold snow. There is this crystal spiral staircase in the corner that leads up to the mist. It is now much darker. There appears to be kind of a night, but or dusk, I'll say. You cannot from here see the ocean that you walked from, but you know the direction that it was, and you were inside this sort of ruined palace up here at the top. I think with that, we will call this episode of Children of Éarte complete. Thank you all very much for being with us, and remember that you are what you believe yourself to be. Good night, everyone.